Mr. Postile knows how to have fun. Oh yeah, we will begin shortly.
There it goes. Okay.
I know how to have fun.
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Right?
Couldn't help myself.
I didn't do much fun this week, though. I mean, I did the challenge for video. I played the wrong thing, and so then I didn't get to play again. Well, I did. I explained it to Bart when we were golfing there. I tried to play it on my Wii because I have that soft modded. And the ROM on there, I don't know if it's the ROM or the emulator, but I was multiple shooting when I would press down once. So my accuracy was going to be way off. I wouldn't get the accuracy bonus. So I just kind of said, okay, it's pretty much a one and done here for the competition this week. Hopefully it's a better ROM next time.
Gideon's
here. Derek was here at some point. I don't know if he's still here. He might have gave up because we were running a little late.
Gideon, I want to ask Gideon if he's in the chat there. Let's see, what is the hour difference? What is the actual hours different? Like right now, I'll tell you, since I'm only saying Central Time, it's 6:19 p.m. Central.
I think it's 1:19 a.m. for him right now. Let's see how close I was.
Yeah, Gideon's in the future right now.
I think our schedule time is 1 a.m. for him. Hey, look at there. Booyah.
Ah.
See, unlike Greg, Gideon, I actually pay attention when you talk.
Well, I had something. I just thought maybe we ought to make the challenges start on his time, and that way he'd have a little bit of an advantage.
Television gamer.
Hey, Casey.
Casey, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you.
Cannabis
Kid. Cannabis Kid is here.
Cannabis?
Yeah. But yeah, everyone's giving the hellos out there, so that's good. That's good.
1:19. I got to remember that's a long man. That is a big difference.
The show starts at about 1 o'clock in the morning for him. Yeah, so
that's 7 hours.
He's dedicated. Derek, it gets to like 8:15 his time. He's like, I'm going to bed.
He needs a nappy.
Screw these guys. But T-Dog's here. Yeah. Oh, Derek's all right. Is that like all right? Or is he like all right? Ease up. Oh, wait, here it is. Oh, Derek, I know you all too well.
Yes, Derek.
I thought he was trying to be like that actor. All right.
Oh.
Yeah, that was who was it? Dang it, I can't think of it. McConaughey, right?
Yeah. The Lincoln Cars guy. Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street. Remember Leo's wife in that?
Yeah. See, you know that actress, what's her name? She told her mom when they watched the film, she said they used a body double. And she's like, we didn't. But I told my mom we did. I didn't want to get in trouble.
All right.
I just got another announcement that Windows wants to update and restart my computer. Where's the button that says, no, I'm in the middle of a show, you fuckstick?
Oh, God, I had that happen when I was setting this show up this afternoon. My computer said, would you like to restart? It'll only take 5 minutes. That was 20 minutes later. It came back. I always wonder about these people that travel, and they give presentations, and they open up their computer to hook it up to a screen to show somebody their big sales presentation. Windows is updating. I mean, gee.
That or else the porn comes up on the PowerPoint.
Yeah. Oh, I almost got myself in trouble for that the other day. Speaking of that, I was talking to my neighbor Greg that I work with. I relieve him, and he hadn't heard about the whole Pornhub being blocked in Texas thing. So I'm like, yeah, watch. Well, apparently he's not blocked anymore. So I'm right at where there's a camera like right over my shoulder. I'm like, look, Pornhub won't come up. Porn on my phone. I'm like, oh yeah. Then we're laughing. Oh, you should have pulled it up on the work computer. That would have been perfect.
Yeah, right.
So when they banned it in Texas, they could actually figure out a way to ban it in the state.
What's that?
They actually figured out a way to ban it in a particular state. It won't, like, they could draw a line and say it'll work in Oklahoma but not in Texas. That's kind of wild.
Yeah, it was based on where your IP was out of, where you were connected. See,
Right.
you could use a VPN or something like that and get around it, but yeah, I did not have a VPN on. I thought I was safe. I was going to show them and read off what the phrasing was, but no, it just popped right up. So,
You're talking about internet connections. I downloaded a game yesterday on my Switch, and just like usual, I don't know, 4 or 5 gigabyte. And next thing I know, it was done in a few minutes. No big deal. Well, I got my other Switch out, and I thought, man, I want to play this one. I'm going to put that game on that Switch. So I did, and it said downloading. Time left, 35 hours and 27 minutes.
oh, nice.
So I looked up my download speed on the Switch, and it said 300 kilobytes a second. Not
Were you
big.
on dial-up? What were you doing?
I know.
Hey,
Well,
you
I
put the
checked on my.
AOL.
Yeah, I was
When
on.
you started the download, did it go dee dee dee?
Well, I was on Ethernet. I was on Ethernet, so I got the ROG out and I checked it. Same thing. First, I thought something screwed up with the Switch, which there's a side story to that. But anyway, so Travis came out today, and I said, "This thing's still got 4 hours left." I said, "It's been running all night." He got down to the cable box. I'm so stupid. He got down to the cable box, unplugged it, plugged it back in. Now it's downloading at 400 megabytes per second. I mean, it's just
restart it.
I
Yeah,
know.
Do you know that's what our T-shirt is? Did you try unplugging it and putting it back in? That's the IT
Right.
motto, the motto.
Right. Hey, I don't want to interrupt you guys, but we have late breaking news, and I don't want it to get too far. And Gideon thinks I didn't see it. He has some life-changing news, which happened this week. Parentheses, good news. So he didn't get the nudes you sent him, Poe, because it's good news. Gideon, we see your message, and whenever the delay hits and you know that we've seen that, go ahead and type out what your big news is. We're all interested. Meanwhile, we'll just entertain the people with news that nobody cares about. What did Derek say? Let's see.
VPN around it, so I've been told.
Oh, I'm talking about getting around the porn.
Well,
Yeah,
while we're waiting for Gideon, I got a question for everybody out there. I'm just making sure. What happens if you buy a game? I've tried to search Google. I tried to search. I don't know if that's true, but that'd be cool. I downloaded a game on the Switch from the Nintendo eShop. I've searched Nintendo eShop, Nintendo's question and answer, everything. Long story short, the game won't work. It will not run. But I cannot find any way. It says there are no refunds on. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to do. It doesn't work on either Switch.
Really?
Yeah.
It's for the Switch 2. That's what the game is. It's for the Switch 2.
Probably.
That's where I installed it on mine. Mike, you said you put it on your Switch 2 also, right? We got them last week.
Yep.
Poe, yours is still on order, right? Or did they
Yeah, I'm
deliver
still
it?
waiting. Mine's coming
Yeah.
from Canada.
I haven't.
Oh,
even-
that's why.
yeah, that figures it coming from Canada.
Yeah, they said if you got it the first day it came. If you ordered the first day, that it was half price. You didn't order yours, Greg?
I'm waiting for the
Son.
Royal Canadian Mounted Police to clear mine through customs.
Hold on, we got important news.
Okay, there you go.
Started dating a very wonderful lady, and let's just say I became a father figure as well. Got a 2-year-old stepson, which I need to raise up soon. Oh, nice.
Oh,
Very
Nice.
cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
Better than
Excellent.
Derek, who's just out there impregnating everybody and leaving.
Yeah.
Right, Derek?
Right.
Wait, can you impregnate guys? Oh,
Oh,
bazinga!
There are people that will tell you that's possible.
Right?
Just kidding,
Oh,
Derek. I had to get Derek back because he kept waiting for me to stroke out in mini golf the other day. And then who stroked out? Derek.
I'm glad I didn't.
That's
I'm
because he
glad
found out Pornhub was unblocked.
I'm glad I didn't show up for that because I saw guys shooting golf balls at each other with slingshots. Good grief. Good grief.
Of course, Gideon. We're all happy for you.
Yeah, Gideon, does that mean you still get to play Truck Simulator? I mean,
pyramid.
I think Derek got a girlfriend. He's still able to play games and come on here. So at least he's got that still worked out. Some guys meet a gal and they don't show up anymore. They're just gone.
Right. Hey, are those thumps and bumps coming through my audio too much? It's really windy here, and the trailer I keep getting nervous every once in a while. This TV beside me, the 50-inch that I play Truck Sim on, it gets. I'm like, is that thing gonna fall? What the hell's going on?
Your audio is perfect. Your video sucks. But
wait, let me see if I can fix it.
You can't help
working on it.
You can't help being ugly, I guess. So that's.
Hey, we finally got your rain, Bart, today.
Oh,
you had it the other day. I got all 27 drops today, and then it was gone too. So.
Oh, nice. Well, I don't know if you saw the text, but we're sending all our heat up your guys' way.
Yeah.
Greg, did it start getting hot at your place, Greg? Already?
Yeah.
Did it start getting hot? Because they were saying up near hundreds all through the Midwest, and it's heading up to your area, Poe, over the next couple days too.
Yes, yesterday was really nice. It didn't get as warm as they thought, and the humidity wasn't that bad. Matter of fact, we took the Jeep, the open-top Jeep, and Betty, and we went down to the local. They got a cruise day down in the next town, and they close off the main street. It's actually called Main Street, believe it or not. And everybody brings their hot rods and their custom cars and nice-looking stuff and parks it. Beautiful breeze through there and everything. So I got up this morning and I thought, I'll take that Jeep to the gym this morning. And this morning, beautiful ride to the gym. I came out of the gym and like to died. I thought, no air conditioning. I did 260 air conditioning. 2 doors open, 60 miles an hour. That's the coolest I could get it.
Yeah, we're supposed to get some rain next week, and it's going to cool off. We're going to get down to the 90s again this coming week, I think. This one's saying it's 102 outside right now here.
Today it made it to 99. At least that's here. See, we're funny. Our airport is where the official temperature is kept, for Kansas City. Well, it's 50 miles to the north of us. I don't know what the hell. I mean, it literally takes an hour to get to the airport from here.
Yeah. I started putting that lid, basically a shade roof over top of this. And, of course, I'm doing it myself, trying to just to test to see how it works. So I'm not like framing anything and welding pipes together. I'm just doing something to see how much the shade will help. So I'm using plastic pieces from that shed Shelby had got that couldn't handle the wind at all. So now I'm using those, and I was only able to strap down the side that the wind was coming from that day. And then overnight the wind switched directions. So only half of them are still up there because the other ones, poof, they get launched off. So it's a little warmer in here than I was hoping because only half of the roof is in shade. But I'm going to test the theory to see how much better it is to just have shade so this thing isn't cooking in the sun all day. Yeah, 102 at 6:30 p.m. Yeah, it gets down to usually if we go to bed around 10 o'clock at night, it might be down to 90. And then I think I told you guys in the chat the other day, I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the morning. It was 75 degrees out. So I turned off the air conditioner, opened up the windows, put a fan in the window blowing right on us. It felt nice. Then I woke up at like 5 in the morning and I was a little warm because I'm under the blankets. It was 83 now. So it went from 75 to 83 between 1 a.m. and then it did peak and cool off a little bit. But Yeah, that's the problem here sometimes is when it doesn't cool off at all, you know. And my mom, of course, my mom's in Phoenix, so I really can't complain. She said the other day it was the first time it got down to like 85 for the overnight low. That's the first time in months that it's been that way. Because you go to bed in Phoenix, you wake up at 5 a.m. before the sun comes up, and it's still 95 degrees out. You're like, this is ridiculous. So, well, let's see. I missed some chats. Go ahead and talk. I'm going to throw them up there. But oh yeah, I guess I can add to that. Yeah, when Kelly and I got married, I picked up 2 stepsons and a stepdaughter, but we just kind of blend them all together and say we got 5 kids. So that's cool. Let's see, way too hot. You ain't lying.
I wanted to ask you, Bart, where is the? You're talking about personal stuff here.
Calm down, Derek.
Yeah. Where is SpaceX? How close is SpaceX to you? Is it?
Well, okay. Now let me clarify. Are you talking because SpaceX, Elon Musk, they're launching the big Starship rocket? So that's what you're talking about. Or are you talking about Jeff Bezos and the Blue Origin stuff?
Well, see, that's where I get confused. Blue Origin's there. Okay, I thought
that's the one Shelby works at. Yeah, Blue Origin is here. That's where Shelby works. And straight line, it's probably about 20 miles from here to where they launch from. We can see the launches from our house.
Well, where's Musk launching from now?
The big Starship that they're working on, the ones that launch from Texas, that's down in Boca Chica. That's all the way down in the southern tip. It's 10 hours from here to drive from our house to get. That's how big Texas is, people. It's 10 hours from here to where they launch. That's right on the very tip of Texas at the lowest point where it meets with Mexico. That's kind of where the Rio Grande River dumps into the ocean and stuff. It's right down there or way down there. And then, of course, SpaceX does most of their launches out of the Cape in Florida. That's where Jason works. So Jason works for SpaceX. Shelby works for Blue Origin. And Blue Origin will be launching their new Glenn rocket that is an orbital rocket out of Florida also. But for now, they just launched from here. That's where Shatner went up, was from here, Blue Origin, about 20 miles from here.
Well, see, I've been reading a book about a biography about Musk. Now, of course, you got to remember, I'm not that far into it yet. As a matter of fact, it's a big 600-page book. But I think I jumped the gun on that because one of the first places he got to do tests was an old abandoned military place in Texas. And then he went out on some island somewhere. And I kept thinking that it was him that was there next to you, but I guess I haven't got far enough in the book yet to see where that. I know one time he did it on an island in the Pacific. And the only other thing I can think of about that is what he mentioned is that the closer to the equator you get, the more thrust you can get into space.
Yeah, you pick up the rotation of the Earth.
Right.
So when you're trying to get orbit, the closer to the equator you are, the better you are, because you're picking up roughly 1,000 miles an hour of
Isn't that something?
Orbital velocity at the equator. Yeah, it's pretty great. That's why it's hard when you see SpaceX launch out of California. It's hard because you also have to launch out over the ocean, not over the land. So they take off almost due south, but they're getting no rotational assist for that launch because of the direction you have to launch. Because, I mean, China, they don't care. They launch theirs over the land and just drop the booster into a town. They're like, duck, you'll be fine. But over here, you have to launch out over the ocean. So if you see one launching out of California, that's going south, not east. So it's not picking up that orbital rotation.
So, but doesn't he have a way that they can land on the ground? Who has the one that they can land on the ground? I thought they didn't drop any of them.
No, well, I'm just saying if there's a failure. Yeah, China's, they do, though. The boosters do just drop in China. But yeah, both of them. The one that launches here comes back and lands. When Shatner went up, the capsule comes down with a parachute, and the booster also lands propulsively. And then all of the Falcon 9s, the booster comes back and land. They usually land out on a barge on the ocean. But they do sometimes, depending on the orbit they need and all that stuff, they'll bring it back to the launch site and land. Now, the big Starship and he's talking about next week, if you're into space at all, and don't give up, chat. I see their stuff in there. If you're into space at all, next week they're going to launch or the following. It's going to be probably the first or second week of September. They're going to launch the next Starship, and Elon is still saying they're going to attempt to have the booster come back to the launch site and actually go to the launch tower, and the tower's going to catch it with the arms and catch the booster. Now the booster can hover, so it's not like it's coming screaming in at 1,000 miles an hour and the thing's going to grab it. But in theory, it'll come back where the launch tower is and come in, and then the arms will grab it, and then they can just set it right back on the launch pad.
I was playing how this pertains to pinball is I was playing my video pin the other day, and I played Flash Gordon. And it's got a pup pack. And it shows that cheesy looking thing that looks like it's got a sparkler stick out of a roll of toilet paper, the core of a toilet paper thing and a little cone on it. And the sparks are going and it's going, shh, and it lands, And I'm thinking, that was done what? Flash Gordon, 50s, 60s, something like that. I mean,
oh, yeah.
And
that was a long time ago.
And now this guy's actually doing it. I don't know. It's just amazing to me that. But I was asking mainly because I'm reading this book now and I'm trying to put it all together. But I guess I kind of jumped the gun because, there's a lot about that guy that's just crazy stuff. Crazy stuff.
Yeah. Cannabis Kid has a question. You probably might be the best man for the job. If I install an Akari Warriors control stick on my TMNT main cade, could I configure it to play paddle games?
Oh, maybe.
Because that
Good answer.
Entirely for, but that one the stick rotates, right?
Yeah. So
in theory, you could maybe, but someone would have to probably design drivers for it.
Yeah.
What did you say? It rotates?
Yeah, you can rotate the stick.
Rotating, does it go up and down?
Only if you're doing really good.
Okay.
If it's a great game.
Keep doing that, you're going to go blind playing the game.
I noticed Poe looked away. He was kind of embarrassed.
Game Freak had commented, I see we got behind because we got talking space. Yeah, it's going to be hot up there. There. 94, I would love to have 94. Shelby said 54 minutes. I think that's how long it takes her to drive from here to where they launch in the area.
Oh, wow.
She doesn't drive straight line, though. She takes the roads. I don't know. If she'd have bought a Cybertruck, she could just drive straight, but then they wouldn't let her on. It's made by Elon Musk, and Bezos would kick her out.
You know what you need down there? There's a guy that flies over this area all the time in one. And I've heard they're extremely dangerous. He does it only on a night when there's no wind. None at all. Because if you get going the wrong way, it'll collapse. But it's a parachute. And the guy has strapped on his back a giant fan.
Yeah, one of those paragliders things.
Yeah. And you can hear that little lawnmower motor just.
But at least if your motor quits, you've got a parachute already there. You can just float down. Look at Gideon. He knows. ESA. They do. They launch their rockets out of South America into the Atlantic, over the Atlantic. So they pick up a lot of orbital rotation there because they are close to the equator. T-Dog's going with William Shatner's version of Rocket Man. Anything Shatner sang. Oh, I should not put my mouse. Anything that was quality stuff. Flash Gordon. You got to be careful talking about Flash Gordon because Derek gets excited. He thinks it's a guy named Gordon that's going to come flash him.
I watched an interview with you talked about the capsule coming down separate. I watched an interview with William Shatner, and he said they told him just before it touches the ground that you'll hear an explosion. And he said, you did, in fact, hear it. And he says it was quite startling. It was loud. But he said, I'm glad I heard it because they said if you don't hear it, it'll be the last thing you don't hear. Because he said there's a giant airbag. An explosion lights off an airbag that makes cushions to fall, even though they got parachutes. And he said they showed a simulation of it right after that happened. A giant bag blows out underneath that thing and kind of creates a big pillow for it to land on. I thought that was interesting. It's just the technology they come up with.
Yeah, and I guess just maybe to round out the big news, Boeing's had that Starliner up there. That was supposed to be an 8-day mission, and they just announced that those 2 astronauts are going to come back in February on a SpaceX capsule.
Yeah.
So tell me Boeing isn't a little upset about that one.
And I bet Musk is loving that because he's a like to be a winner guy. And I wonder what he's charged. I bet he told him, yeah, I can do it. $6 million.
Yeah. Well, it's sad too. When they signed these deals, Boeing got like $4 billion to develop the Starliner, and SpaceX got $2 billion to make the Dragon capsule that's already made like 8 trips. No, 7. 8 is coming up. It's already made 8 trips up, not counting the test one, and is going to have to rescue the Starliner crew. And they got paid half as much as what Boeing got paid to develop the rocket, to develop the capsule.
So one of those channels interviewed Shatner just the other day, and they asked him about that. Yeah, he couldn't stay on topic like I can. He just starts talking about the relationship between the astronauts up there. Like, he's getting a little kinky about this stuff, and they're trying to be like, okay, we're talking about something else here, Bill.
Right. Hey, Ballistic, what's going on? What's going on? Now, Ballistic, he's over there in New Mexico, right? So he can go down and watch when what's his name that owns Virgin Atlantic and all that. I can't think of his name. What's his name? The Virgin Records guy, and then he has the airline. They launch out of Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, and they do the suborbital thing. That's a suborbital launch. It's that plane-looking thing. They launch it from underneath the plane, and then the rockets kick off, and they go up into low Earth, not orbital. It's suborbital, but they get like 4 or 5 minutes of weightness and all that. But that's up there.
Isn't that the VSS Enterprise?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm kind of looking at it right
Virgin
now.
Galactic is what he calls the space company. Oh man, his name flashed through my head, and then it went away as quickly as it came in. Branson, Richard Branson.
Yes, yeah, Branson.
Yeah, that's his space company, Virgin Galactic. I mean, the guy's like 117 years old, and everything he does is still a virgin. I don't know what's up with his. Is he telling us something about his wife? Are all his kids adopted?
Intergalactic, progalactic, wasn't that a?
Yeah,
Saturday.
Beastie Boys.
In this book I'm reading, it talk about the difference between Boeing getting paid and what Musk got paid, and there's a real detailed section in there about government waste and how much they pay these places. As a matter of fact, they'd pay them a guaranteed profit, and if they ran long on the deal, they still got paid for it. They got paid more.
Oh yeah, they get bonus pay and all that stuff.
Yeah,
or more pay because it's taking longer. And it's ridiculous.
But Musk told him, he sued him actually, and he said he said I can do it cheaper than anybody else can. So, I'm sure he didn't get paid as much, but I bet he profited just as much because Musk is the king of. There's a better way to do it.
Well, let me put it this way, and I'm kind of tooting my son's horn a little bit because that's Jason, those Falcon 9 rockets, 90% of the launches you see are Falcon 9 launches. They already, I don't even know what they're up to, 70 launches, 80 launches this year already. Falcon 9s. Those boosters were designed to do 10 missions. So 10 launches, land, refurb it, launch, land. Jason's on those refurbishment crews, so they fix it back up so they can launch it again. They've had 2 boosters that have done 20 launches already, and a couple that are up in the 18, 19 range. So they are saving a ton of money by reusing these boosters that used to just fall into the ocean and sink. So he's making a lot of and he said this big Starship, when they get this going, they're still doing test flights and blowing them all up when they land because it's just test flight. He's thinking that he can get those things down to just a couple $1 million per launch, which is just ridiculous because they're paying hundreds of millions now to launch, even with refurbished and reusing rockets. It's pretty crazy. But anyway, yeah, this whole show got hijacked by space.
That's okay. We're all space cadets anyway. Hey, you want to talk? You want to talk about Mike? Do you want to talk about the challenge this week? The first one was
sure.
really great. There was no score. You didn't have to worry about a score or anything. I mean, it was.
Sure, we can talk about it. The only problem, I won't be able to pull up the score sheet. I wonder if one of you guys can pull the score sheet for me.
Yeah, I was just about to ask if you needed me to grab it. If we were ready for this, I'd have had it already pulled up. But it'll take just a second. Discord's opening.
Nice.
Did you know you click your avatar? I don't need to click anybody's avatar. Let's see the show.
Discord would like to reboot at this time. Please stand by.
Right. Okay. Now I got to come back over here so I can share it. Present. Share. Window. For all of you that don't know how to do this, booyah.
Nice. All right. Well, we were playing Road Blasters for the NES and closed at midnight Pacific Standard Time. And this is what we got. Saboteur got 2011 650, so he's first place. T-Dog came up at 201,547. He got second place. D-Kong 52, 195,690, and he got third place. Retro Bliss Gaming, 106,164. Off-Grid Arcade, 66,271. Mike, the Gaming Road Warrior, 27,483. G.Parkers Arcade Room, 22,045. Pixeltorium, 10,625. And Mr. Postel, 8,228.
Woo!
Mike, I do gotta say, it wasn't right here on the bottom next to these other rolls. Wasn't it supposed to be the? We were playing the Price is Right. It's the closest to six figures without going over. So who won? Oh, that means I won at 66,207. Phil was really close, but he just went over with that 106. So sorry, guys. Yeah, and hold on. I got to put this up because Derek was giving us crap while we were pulling it up. If only we started the show later to get the sheet ready. Yeah.
You know, people were complaining that you had to use the joystick to give it the gas, and I'm used to using the trigger on the controller. So I remapped my controller to, do that function. And it was kind of cool, but that 22,045 was with me using the controller as it was designed. I could never get any better score by changing the controller's mapping, so it had no effect on my gameplay at all. That was it.
Well, no, you asked about it if it's fine. I said it's fine.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Just as long as you're not using a game genie. No, I set up the rules like, ooh, I gotta play it the way I had it. So I had it where the controller, since I'm playing on the NES Mini, you can't really configure it, but I just push up for it. It is a little hard. It would have been a little easier if I would have used a control, like an Xbox controller to play it.
Yeah, I benefited greatly by DCOM put the tips in there about shooting, one-shot kills instead of just blast, get that multiplier going. Because I finished my first on that 66,000 point game. I didn't make it super far, but I think I beat my overall score I had before that at the end of the first level 4 or whatever, where you start. I had 10,000 points and my bonus was 10,000 because I had a 10x multiplier going when I finished the map. So I came out of level 4 with 20,000 points. I'm like, what the? I only had like 18 on the whole first game. Yeah,
that's pretty good. You guys have mentioned this numerous times, and you may believe me or not believe me, but when you talk to Game Genie, I guess I could Google that. I guess I should, but I don't. Is that a piece of equipment? Is that software? What is? I don't. I couldn't use a Game Genie.
Yeah, it's a
guy. It's a guy up in Canada named Michael B.
Oh.
She has a channel.
My computer games. That's right.
Yeah. Sorry, Mike. Go ahead. You could give him the real answer. I couldn't resist.
No, you can. Yeah, Greg, you can put your NES game onto it, and then you make it for the Sega Genesis and the Super Nintendo. So I actually own them, and also my AVS Nintendo system.
So it's a piece of hardware. It's a piece of hardware then.
Yeah, but I know,
Okay.
like on my AVS, the software is built into that system. So if I wanted to use, cheats on it, I can. It makes it easier. I know the my other system, the analogs, they have it too, but you have to enter the codes. You have to go look it up on the phone and stuff. But I remember when I did my gameplay of it, I made sure, here I'm not using it, or if I'm playing on the computer, I can't use a Game Genie, but yeah, you can use the Game Genie. I had it because back in the day, a lot of NES games were really hard, and weren't a lot of them weren't fair. So I'm really glad that came along. I know my mom bought it for me on my birthday, and it made me play a lot of the games I didn't want to play anymore on my NES that were just kind of too difficult. So I got like more lives, maybe more hearts and stuff. It made it a lot more funner to play, especially when you had friends over. Where if you couldn't go too far on it, if you're just having a good time with the game and it was just too hard, yeah, it was fun to play. Or you got these ridiculous codes like in Mario Brothers where you can make Mario jump all the way to the top, and then we'd have challenges to see if we could complete the level without dying, which that was kind of hard in itself. That was actually pretty funny. But yeah, Game Genie, made by Gloob, the toy company.
Yeah, there was Game Genie and Game Shark. It was like
Game Shark, yeah. I remember that for the Sega Saturn. So
nice.
Now I've been playing mine on that ROG Alley, which obviously doesn't have any hardware. I'm sure there's probably some software things, but it's I've been playing handheld and then I've been playing it docked, which that's allowed me to use the controller. But Poe, have you tried to set anything up on that yet?
I played a few things. I really need to sit down and figure the whole thing out, though. I really want to play the old game.
That's a work. I mean, it took me. Well, I'm still finding out stuff on it. For example, I just read, and I won't get too much into this, but I just read a thing on Reddit. I noticed that when I was using my external controller, my external controller wasn't working. It just quit working, when I had it docked. And I just done it said it needed to do an update. Well, I couldn't figure it out. Well, the update screwed it up. And that little menu that you can pop up that gives you a few things you can do? You have to disable the built-in controller. It used to be it just worked. But now they got it because they screwed up the last update. You have to disable the controller.
Oh, that stinks.
The internal controller. So hopefully they'll find a fix for that. But there's weird little crap like that you got to figure it out. If you need anything on that sometime, just if you can't get me on the text thing, just call me. You can call me on that same number. Hell, if I get it, I'll if I can get down here, I'll sit down with you and we'll go over it.
Yeah, we need to do that.
So anyway, well, the
Mike. No, we lost Mike. Mike had enough.
Maybe he had to go get his boy.
Still got you, Poe. Testing Will. He didn't leave a note in the private chat, so I'm guessing he didn't.
Well, you want me to tell you what this week's arcade challenge is?
Sure. Works for me. Yeah, do it while Mike's gone so he doesn't know, and we won't. Oh, shit, he's back.
He's back.
Yeah, I brought them. I brought the Game Genies.
Oh, nice.
Oh, let's see it.
There we go.
This one's for the NES.
Hold on a second. Let's do this, and let me get.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, this one's for the NES. Then I got
Chater.
Sega for the Sega Genesis.
Nice.
Nice.
And then the Super Nintendo.
Oh, so now you're cheating with power.
Yeah, he can cheat on every system. Sup, Chaos.
Okay, I saw Chaos came in while we were playing golf the other day after the fact. I can't see the live chat until like a day later after it's aired. So
Yeah,
sorry, we couldn't say hi, but we don't know who's in the chat when we're playing live in VR. So
yeah, and it's weird. You can do the video and say I want the chat to record with it, but you can't see it until like 2 days later, 3 days later.
yeah,
It takes forever. Well, I picked a game for the arcade challenge this week. Same rules as before. Midnight. You got all week to play the damn thing. So you got plenty of time to play it.
Super
Midnight
Spy
Pacific
Hunter.
time, Saturday night. Yeah, Super Spy Hunter. Yeah. No need to worry. No score there. But I did just pick up my ROG Alley and started. But I usually start scrolling from the beginning. Well, this time I went backwards. I went from Z forward, and I just kept looking at names and firing them up. And finally, I just found one. I said, I've never seen this one before. You guys, maybe nobody's ever seen this before. I don't know. Weird little game. I don't even know how to play it. I just did a little video of me playing it, and I noticed I was getting scores. And then
man, what's that?
then I noticed it was over. So here you go. Here you go. Okay. I have no idea what I noticed the score going up if you took them back up, but if you put them back where you got them from, I have no idea. Well,
I'm guessing you want to push the balls up there next to the other ones of the same color, I'm guessing, and then they'll pop maybe.
Yeah, I think that's it, because I noticed at one time, I played a lot more than that. And at one time, I was trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and all of a sudden, all the balls started doing stuff, and it gave me a bonus score. And then the ball hit the ground the next time and said, game over. I said,
yep, you play with your ball, you get a boner.
Yeah. I said,
what was that called? Squirter? Was that?
Well, I just kept thinking to myself, balls. If I just had Mike's Game Genie, I might be able to do better at it. So I don't.
Yeah, I have never heard of that game, nor have I seen it.
What's purple? Was it a purple?
Yeah, like water balloon Tetris.
Yeah. And again, just to be sure, since I knew a lot of people might not have heard it or might not have it, I did Google that name with the word letters ROM after it, and it let me down. There's a download for it, so it's there. It's available.
Okay. I'm sure I'll be putting that on my Pi. I don't think we're going to find one for the iArcade, though.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
Maybe, but we'd have to probably make it ourselves because it might not be. I guess we could request it on the what you call it. What's the name? It's water balls, right?
Yeah, it's just
rubbing water balls. Oh wait, hold on.
I don't know. It just
you got to have the safe search on, otherwise you're going to go someplace you're not want to go.
Yeah, if you Google water balls, you need to be careful.
Ballistics right. Put safe search on.
It might be blocked in Texas. I don't know.
Well, the first one I looked at was kind of a Street Fighter type game, and I thought, no, we've played a few of those. Although I do enjoy those, the fighter games, but then I just kept going, and I saw that one, and I said, I have never heard or even thought of that one before. I don't know what the heck it is. So, Hollywood Polo, what's up?
Yeah, I don't know who won the My Little Pony. I know who didn't, Mike.
I wouldn't know.
Let me see if did Derek post a picture of. And I'm sorry, Greg. I'm looking at pinball chat here, and I saw that I didn't even get to play your Walking Dead tournament.
Well,
I never
actually,
got a chance to play it.
that's probably fine because I'll tell you what, Derek, who works hard on our Discord, shows up here every week, he finally got his big first place win, and I'm so happy for him. So there you go.
Nice. Here's the My Little Pony. It's not zoomed in very close, so I can't see. T-Dog got it.
Right, but see, that's what's funny. My score is not on there, and I did play it, and that's because Derek and I were talking about that. He's playing on Steam, and I'm playing on Epic. You have to hit the leaderboard button to see
crap.
it.
I accidentally closed the window. I meant to just close the picture. Well, didn't you guys post a picture of the one with you on it too?
Yeah, I thought Derek did put it on there. I can't get this.
Oh wait, here it is. Here it is. Derek just sent an updated one. Let me reshare. Because like an idiot, I closed the window. Yeah. So T-Dog got 39.5. Derek had 17.3. I had 13.2, and Greg, you had 9.6.
Right.
So,
but that's a fun game, and now I know why Mike likes it so much. I mean, I just felt happy and gay when I was playing that. When I was playing.
Well, Derek will definitely take you to BronyCon with him. So.
Yeah. Mike didn't get
the back half, and Derek will be the front.
Mike didn't play because he's too much of a ringer because he plays that table more than any other table in pinball he's ever played. You can tell whenever he says he likes a Jaws table, that's My Little Pony. If he says he likes a Star Trek table, that's My Little Pony. Anytime he mentions when he mentions Elvira, he's thinking My Little Pony.
He was playing at one time and did not realize he was streaming, and he was wearing his unicorn T-shirt while he was playing.
Yeah, T-Dog got the big hit on that one. Let's see.
But I'll tell you what I'm gonna do throughout I set that one up for one day because I thought about it yesterday, or whenever it was that ended. But I thought I wanted to get one in before the show. But everybody can do what they want, but I'll tell you what, I'm going back to FX. I love FX tables. I love Pinball M. But FX3, you can still see everybody's scores on the Switch. And, Bart and I have both said that it's a pet peeve of ours that they left the Switch out separate from everything because they felt like it was unfair. Just like we say in our Discord challenges. It ain't about fair. It's about having fun.
Right.
Seeing how well you can do. And that stupid Zen Studios said, well, we're leaving the Switch out of it. So that's my rant.
Yeah. Let's see. What's this pick on? Oh, what is this pick on Mike Day? What? Anytime My Little Pony comes up, Mike knows it's coming. Mike refuses to play it on principle. I tell you, and I said it when it first came out. We talked about it. We joke about it. The call-outs are about the most annoying call-outs I've ever played pinball to.
I love them.
The table itself is a fun table. I do enjoy the table, but oh my gosh, I get tired of let's play in Equestria. And it's just, oh my gosh, the call-outs, they wear on me. So I'm going with that's why I came in third, because after so much of it, by 13 million points, I'm like, I'm done hearing this. I'm turning it off. But
Poe and I played it online one time, and he knows all those call-outs by heart.
Oh yeah. He'll catch the ball and he'll say, "Watch this, Equestria," and then he launches it into the thing and gets it. Yeah. The only reason T-Dog got 39 million is because he played with the sound off. I think that's like a Game Genie hack for that table. You should be forced to turn the sound up to see who can survive the longest. But, yeah. Oh, means Greg should have picked Tesla FX3. Yeah. I played Tesla the other day.
Good table.
I still don't. I'm still not a big fan of it. But
You know, Travis and I were, my son Travis and I were messing around at dinner tonight. Like I said, I've been reading this book on Musk, and speaking of Tesla, I told him, I said, get your phone out and look up Tesla. See, because there's a dealer not too far from here. And he says, man, you know, you can sign up to do a test drive. I said, sign us up.
For in what is it? Is it a Cybertruck?
I'll tell you what, I think that Cybertruck, you know what? It's probably cool as hell, but I think it's uglier than shit. I don't know. To me, it just looked like that stainless steel. I've seen them all, especially when they get dirty. They just, you'd have to have stainless steel. It looked like your charcoal grill after you haven't cleaned it for a while.
Yeah. We had a guy stop at the hotel. He actually came back a week later and just stopped to use the restroom because he knew our bathroom was clean. But he has one of those Model S Plaid versions. Yeah. And I wanted so bad to just ask him, can you just take me for a ride down the street back? Because that Model S, it's a 4-door sedan that does 0 to 60 in 1.8 seconds.
Yeah.
1.8 seconds. Those are the ones you see in the YouTube videos. They go to the track and they're racing Ferraris and Lamborghinis and stuff. And so I was like, dude, just take me down the street. I'll give you $20. Yeah, it's not going to even burn any gas for you. Just
yeah. I keep referring back to that book. Musk's first car after he made his first $250 million was a McLaren, and he said his goal was to make a electric car that his McLaren couldn't keep up with, and he accomplished that. Yeah.
And you know you got kind of crazy money when he sent that one in the orbit that just passed Mars. He sent his car. He needed something for payload. Oh, let's send a $150,000 car. That'll be good.
Oh, he wanted to see how fast the McLaren would go, and he had a possible investor in the car with him, and the guy says, let's see what this thing will do. So he rolled it at like 100 plus miles an hour, and the guy was just freaked out, but they got out of it unscathed. They walked out of it, and the guy looked at Musk and said, yeah, you're a crazy son of a bitch, so you got my money. I'll invest. He said it worked.
Wow.
That McLaren, I think, is $1 million car, and it's something like it's a ridiculously priced car.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. All those supercars are, and that's what's funny. That's why I like watching those videos. The people that take the Model S Plaid, because it's like 120,000, and they're racing $1 million cars and putting them to shame. It's pretty crazy. None of them can take it off the line. Some of those cars will end up passing him by the quarter mile, but none of them can take an electric car off the line.
Yeah, he said they were best at the 8th mile.
Yeah,
but they could. A AA fuel dragster has a terrible time at an 1/8 a mile, but quarter mile he's got them.
Yeah. You know, they tried to make electric top fuel dragsters too, but the hardware in the rear end, the differentials, the axles, and all that, they can't handle the torque of an electric motor at that scale, and they just shear off the rear end because there's just too much torque by the time you get to that much power as a top fuel dragster. So it's kind of not a possibility until they get better hardware for the axles and drivetrain. It's insane.
This old Jeep we got, this 95 Jeep that's only got 50,000 miles on it, it's in great shape. It's a perfect candidate to do what I want to do with it, but you have to change so much. You have to change the axles, the drive shaft, because they will twist in half. And that is, they put an LS Corvette motor in them. They've got a kit. And there's a guy that will do it for $15,000, the whole thing.
Oh, wow.
But I keep telling Cheryl, I said, that would be so cool. She says, we need carpet, we need this, we need that. And I said, no, we need an LS motor in that car. That's what we need.
Priorities, woman. Yeah. All right.
Well,
what else do we got to talk about? So we're doing the water balls.
Water balls.
Okay.
Water balls.
And I didn't set up a Pinball M tournament last week because Derek beat me to the punch with his My Little Pony. So I'm calling it now. So Derek, don't jump the ball. I did not create it yet, but I'm going to create Texas Chainsaw Massacre Pinball M tournament. As soon as we finish the show and I can get this thing into my pinball mode, I'll create it tonight and I'll post in the Discord what the login and stuff is. But I'll do a 5-day Pinball M Texas Chainsaw Massacre tournament, 5-day. It'll be regular, unlimited plays, classic mode, all that shit. So
Nice.
yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. Texas Chainsaw. So those of you that don't have it yet, there's your incentive.
You know, that's something else I was going to bring up that's a problem is the I played FX3 on my Raw Galley. Now, when you play on the Switch, it's no big deal because that's a different thing. It still shares scores. But I opened up Steam and played it on there. And it did exactly what you had a problem with, Bart. When you play it on another system, it completely took away I opened up my cabinet, and it took away all the cabinet mode settings. I had to re-enter the code, and I had to readjust my black glass numbers. So this time I wrote them all down in case I do that again, because what a pain in the neck that was, trying to get my back glass. Because, you know, Pinball FX has a thing that'll do it for you. But not FX3. That's one of the downsides of FX3. The cabinet mode is a pain in the butt to get set up.
Yeah, you got to type the code in and all that stuff to get back to it.
I put the code in an envelope and taped it to the bottom of the machine. I was just afraid that, God, what if you lost that? What are you going to do?
Right? Yeah. Yeah. I don't even remember where. I wrote it down somewhere. I don't remember where I wrote it.
I thought you said you wrote it on one of the walls in the arcade room.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. Did I write it on the wall? I don't know. I thought I wrote it on something I was going to hang it on the wall, but yeah, it is kind of a pain. But Derek, if you want, I don't care. You can fire up Pinball M. If you want to start a tournament, we'll post the code and all that so people can play. I don't have to make the thing.
Yeah, start it, Derek. Go ahead and get one started. Just you got to make sure you let us know the password and the number, ID number.
But digital pinball sounds about as hard as fixing a real table. Well, it can be hard to set up. You buy a brand new real table, it's pretty good. You can get it leveled out, set up right, and it's pretty easy. Setting up digital pinball can be hard, but boy, you have a problem with a physical machine. It can be a lot of labor intensive, but that's with anything.
The gal that works on them here in town, $100 an hour. Come out and work on your machine. And I live so far out, she charges an extra half hour just for driving out here. So I'm $50 into it before she even walks in the door.
Yeah. The last girl I paid $100 an hour, she gave me $50 back because I only lasted 3 minutes. I don't know what that was all about. Let's see. There you go, Poe. I can't pronounce half those.
Cool.
I'm not even going to say.
I saw Battle Armor Skeletor at Ollie's yesterday.
Oh, you know, dadgummit, I wish I could remember the name of it now. Now I forgot it again. Last week we were talking about a movie came out that's based on a game. And I found it the other day, and I forgot to write it down. Doggone it.
Borderlands?
Oh, wait a second. I did write it down. I got it here on my phone. A
My
movie
Little
that
Pony,
came out
the game movie.
New game, yeah, My Little Pony. Okay,
Am I right?
that sounded good. That's wonderful. I wish I could find it. Oh, Borderland.
Oh, it's a shame someone didn't say that before the music.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention. I don't pay attention. Yeah,
Well,
Borderland.
see, Derek typed it, but Poe, you said it, right?
No, Mike said it about
Mike said it.
30 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mike actually said, oh, that's right. You said you mute Mike's
I don't pay attention. I don't pay
audio.
attention. No. But I did get a Twister. That new
Titty Twister.
Twisters, whatever.
Twisters, they do both at the same time.
Both.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, that's a good movie. That's a good movie.
Is it?
Yeah.
I have not watched it yet.
It's actually it keeps you on the edge of your seat. I thought, well, I better not say anything. I thought it was a sequel. You'll find out for yourself when you watch it.
You can actually watch it online now. They have it. I'm not sure if it's like Netflix or one of the other streaming services. You can actually rent the movie now.
Oh, nice.
So I'm probably just gonna watch it here instead of go to the theater. But I need to go catch what's it, Alien Romulus on Monday. So I'm planning to go see that. I tried talking to my son about seeing that movie, but he's too scared to see it. So yeah.
Dusk Till Dawn Twister.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a new Alien VR game supposed to come out by the end of the year, too. That looks pretty sweet.
I saw that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That does look good.
Yeah, my computer just popped up again. Restart required. It did that just before we came on. I was wanting to do it again. Jesus. This is Windows 11 too. That's
Oh, that's even. Oh, yeah. I still got my Windows update sitting over there. I'm afraid to push anything; it'll kick me off. But yeah, I haven't even really looked into purchasing any VR games lately. I haven't seen anything that catches my eye other than golf courses. Whether they're real golf courses on Golf Plus, which I snake out of because just like in Walkabout Mini Golf, if you're playing Golf Plus, only one of the people that's playing has to pay for them. And somehow we all simultaneously and quietly voted that Jason buys them all. So I haven't bought it. But on Golf 5, in my defense, I buy them on Golf 5 and Jason buys them on Golf Plus. But Golf 5 releases like 3 courses a year and Golf Plus is releasing like 2 a month. So I think I'm ahead of the game. But and then, yeah, as we found out the other day when we were golfing, you can play the mini golf without owning the course, but you can't find the golf balls, though, can you, Mike? It's like you can. They taunt you. They show them to you, but they don't let you get them.
Yeah, you know, when you guys, when you were off on when it was just me and Derek playing the mini golf, there's that part, the last part. It's like you got to hit the ball on this hill, and if you have to stop it dead center on the top of it, then you can go go into the hole. And I'm like, well, that's going to be hard because I'm going to obviously go over the hill, right? And it's going to go down. So I know Derek, he was able to get past it and go to the other side. And I whacked it, and it made it to the middle. I'm like, oh, cool. So I whacked it towards the, right. And I think I got like not a hole in one, but it made it inside the hole from the top of it. And I asked Derek,
nice.
Hey, Derek, you're going to witness for me, right? Since, Pogue's not recording. And he's like, no.
That sounds about right. Yeah. Yeah. Greg, your audio went wacky there for a second. But it came back to normal.
whose?
Yours did.
Mine did.
I think it's when you were talking about your Windows 11 thing or whatever was happening.
Probably was. I don't know.
Yeah, because I'm not even sure what you were saying because you were all kind of garbly. But I just assumed you went back to drinking again. So
I did.
Yeah. Oh, I started taking that down while Poe was reading it. I wait for Poe to lean forward, and then I take.
I was just looking at Greg thinking he looks like in the dark there, it looks like he's just ahead. And then I was looking close and like, he looks like just Kenny Rogers' head floating.
You know, I just realized it's starting to get dark. It's starting to get dark sooner.
Lady, I'm your knight in shining armor, and I love you.
Hey, check that. You guys get a chance. I think on the right side of your screen is another chat window besides the comments. You can go there. There's just something there. But anyway, you can pause those Windows updates, Greg. I can also show you a toolkit for updating some Windows settings to prevent that. I found the best way. You know, the best way to stop the Windows computer from doing certain things is to pour water on it. You just kind of rinse all the shit out of it.
Cheating, bitch.
Yeah. Either that or go to, if you can get to a command prompt, do Format C. Sometimes that'll help.
That usually fixes almost everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny stuff.
Well,
Mike probably does that stuff where you take a screenshot of people's Windows desktop and then move all their icons off and you set that as their background image so they can't figure out why they can't click any of their icons.
Yeah, I know how to do that. That's actually pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah. That's old school. Yeah, Derek's saying make sure there's soap and water when you pour it in there if you want to clean out your Windows machine. It'll clean it perfectly. Cleans out all the viruses. If you use antibacterial, you'll kill the viruses that are in there. Do we need to put a disclaimer up? If you are stupid enough to pour the water in your computer, it's not our fault. You are a fuck stick. That's our disclaimer.
you know what's funny though is I talked about these operating systems. This little PC that I'm using in here is one of those small ones. I'm not using my regular. As you can see, I'm sitting in a different location because I was playing some games on this one when I decided to set stuff up this afternoon. But you know what's strange about it is it comes with Windows. And the whole operating system was cheaper than going out and buying Windows 11. You know, if you wanted a new copy, you know, if you build a PC or you buy a PC and they don't come with Windows, you gotta, but this one came with Windows 11 and it was cheaper than going out and buying a copy of Windows 11. So, I don't know. I never have quite figured all that out yet.
That's crazy. I got a tablet mounted over here that I use for my clock, and I'm checking to see it's plugged in, but the battery died on it. I was just checking to see what time it is. 7:25 my time, I think.
Yeah, which I was going to tell you guys earlier. I'm going to have to bug out here pretty soon. So I got a few things that got
What I have to say about that is, you picked a fine time to leave me, Lucy.
Tomorrow I go in early in the morning and they stick that needle that's about that long into my knee and put that goat juice in my knees, one in each knee. I'll tell you what, I can't look when they do it. But you can't feel it. They numb you up real good with other injections. But I'll tell you what, after he does that, I can stand up. I just want to kiss the doctor right on the mouth because I'll tell you what, I can stand up and practically run out the building, which Greg don't run. But it's unbelievable what that stuff will do. Of course, he said, if I keep doing this, eventually you're going to have surgery. And I said, as long as this works, I just don't want to go have knee replacement surgery. Hate hospitals. Anyway.
Yeah.
Is it cortisone?
Yeah, cortisone. And then he backs it up with a Z-pack of this steroid that's a anti-inflammatory, some pills that you take too, for 10 days. And he can do it every 3 months. This one's lasted me 5, but it was lasting me a year. See, he said it starts lasting a little less and less and less each time. That's why I go to the gym, because actually going to the gym and using the machine they got, I actually feel better after the workout that they got me on. I can actually I went to that car show yesterday, only because I went to the gym yesterday morning and did the workout, and it actually limbered me up a little bit. But it doesn't last that long, so it's a pain in the butt. Enough about all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh man, you're allergic to cortisone. Instantly threw up from oh man, yeah. If you're allergic to that stuff, that'd be bad. That'd be bad news for me.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, I think I'll let you guys have it. I think is it 7:30 yet? It's 2 minutes till, so I'll say my adieus. Thank everybody. It looks like we're going to be playing. What's it called? Water balls.
Water balls.
That's when you poop a big log and it splashes up. Touches your balls.
Water balls.
That brings back memories. That brings back memories.
Now they just hang in the water. Okay?
Yeah, especially when I'm wearing my Speedo. It's a
Tidy
sight
bowl
to
man's like, holy hell. It's an eclipse.
Good night, Kelly. Good night, Headbangers Metal Show. Good night, Derek. Good night, everybody. I can't mention everybody. Hollywood Polo's here. T-Dog, Derek, and there's Derek and Derek again. Have a good one, everybody. I'll see you guys next time. Have fun. I almost hit end stream. I got to leave studio. Bye now.
Good night, Greg.
Night.
Later. He's still looking. Wait, do I got to play the music again?
Splish splash, I was taking a crap.
I'm going to switch with Poe because it just doesn't seem right unless you guys are sitting next to each other.
Yeah, I got a question.
Okay.
So, I noticed. I knew you had the virtual pinball table behind you, and I was actually looking at some online, and I didn't realize they're actually pretty expensive. I went to this place called Virtual Pinball Machines, and I was actually trying to look for a table that had like the Elvira theme, which I wanted. And they had like some of the skins where you could get the Scared Stiff, or it's like the Monsters of Pinball, which has her and Freddy Krueger and I think Jason Voorhees on the table. But then I looked at the price. So it's a 4K monitor running at 144 hertz. And also there's a PC parts on it. I think it's running a 3060 graphics card with a Ryzen 9. Trying to think of the motherboard. I think it's the Gigabyte B650 or something like that. And I was like, whoa, are you kidding me? It's like almost $10,000 for that.
Wow.
And it's got the topper too. So not only has the screen up front, right, with the moving animations and stuff, it's got a topper that has stuff moving around there as well. So I looked at that, and I have that pinball place. Remember that one? If you guys ever come back here, we're going to go to that Hillsboro run. But I know they take trades, and I'm thinking about trading 3 of my machines that I have in my arcade room. And they have an Elvira haunted house table.
Oh, nice.
But same thing, it's like 10 grand. But I think we have other tables. I think the Jaws one is. I think it's 8,000, but they have that Godzilla that's available to get. But I know you can get a cheaper one. But yeah, didn't realize how expensive it is. And I was thinking like, well, just go the virtual route. Unless of course, if you make your own, that'd probably be the cheapest way to do it. But I was looking at those virtual pinball machines. They looked really good. How they set it up, like professional. It's not like they slapped the PC in there and called it good. There's actually motors. So that way, when the ball's moving around, you can kind of feel it. So it's
right. Yeah, they put all kind of actuators in there and rumbles.
Yeah,
yeah. It's pretty cool. And I'll tell you, if you're looking to buy a pre-built digital table, that At Games 4K is starting to look like a much better and better deal. It's still you're going to spend $2,000 to get the thing, but like you said, some of these things $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 for a digital pinball table. But they announced just last week, I think, they have a fix for the flipper lag, and they're going to be releasing it on the Addams Family table next month. And then every couple of weeks, they're going to have one for the different tables. So, like, Ed got that Attack from Mars. That one will be coming. I don't know if they're doing it in order. So, like, the Snoopy tables will be first, and then that. But before Thanksgiving or Christmas, this year sometime he'll have the fix. I don't know how long it's going to take for each table, but they have a fix for the flipper lag, and they're getting really close to releasing that thing where you can install VPX tables onto a thumb drive and just plug it into the USB port and play them natively on that. So now you can have thousands of tables.
Nice.
And if you watched Ed's video, if you haven't watched it, go to Digital Victory's channel and watch his video talking about his 4K. It's got the 5 speakers. He said it feels like the ball is rolling around on the table because the different speakers are activated. It's really a tempting deal. If you were wanting to buy something, that's pre-built, it's really starting to look like a great deal. But yeah, Derek said he's still thinking about getting an At Games 4K.
Nice. Which one would you get, Derek? What's your favorite looking table?
My Little Pony.
Are they even all still available, or My Little Pony?
Right.
Fine. Broke on.
Yeah. I'm just kind of going through. Yeah, Derek, which table would you get? If I got a 4K, I think I would go for the Attack from Mars myself.
Yeah, that one's really sweet. Although I do like the Addams Family. I know Ed said he didn't care for the way it looked. I do like the way it looks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the only ones they're going to have out? I mean, I'd rather. Did you hear anything like they're going to have like an Elvira table? That's the one I want to get.
Well, right now they're basing them all on tables that Zen has.
Oh, okay. Nothing like for
Yeah.
me, like,
Yeah, so it would have to be something that Zen has a mod for or a table for, and then they'll make an At Games with that paint scheme and all that stuff. But yeah, I would probably go for myself. I'd probably go for the Attack from Mars.
Yeah, I really like that one too. That would be torn.
Yeah, but I wouldn't sneeze at it if someone's like, "Hey, man, I got the Addams Family for $1,000. Okay." Yeah, but you're right. Zen really needs to come out with an Elvira table. They do.
yeah, I
They
agree.
do. You pre-ordering the Atari 7800 Plus from Atari?
I have the 2600 Plus, so it would be a little redundant. Now, you have the wireless controllers that you can get for the 7800 Plus that you didn't have for the 2600 Plus. But the latest rumor I heard is if you buy the wireless controllers, they're going to come with a 9-pin dongle. You'll be able to use it on your original hardware, your 2600 Plus. So really, $130 for that thing would just be the same thing I bought last year, only in a different form factor. So the 2600 Plus looks like the 2600 I got when I was a kid. So I'm happy enough with that. I can see why people want the 7800 Plus, because maybe they started with the 7800 when they were kids, and so that means something to them, But right now, no, not at that price. Just to buy the same thing and just have it sit in there.
Right.
Yeah, I saw that John Hancock was reviewing that, and I'm actually really interested because you know me, I don't typically buy Atari stuff.
Yeah, if you aren't a big time collector, I can see big time collectors that need to have everything have that thing. And you didn't get the 2600 Plus,
Nope.
but the 7800 means something to you, definitely. I mean, you can play all those old games. You can go and start just buying a ton of Atari 2600 and 7800 games for the thing.
Well, what drew me to it was the controller, It looks like kind of reminds me of an NES controller. I guess it's based off the European model.
It was the European model.
And then the Bentley Bear game. So that's a platformer,
And that is a new game. Was it Robert DiCrescenzo? I think you pronounce it. They made that as a homebrew game first, and then Atari offered him money for the game. And I actually already bought it for my VCS as a digital download. But it's gonna be the pack-in game with the 7800 plus in cartridge form. So
yeah, I'm thinking about buying it because it's not too much money. I kind of like the design of the Atari 7800. I remember,
and it opens you up to all of those games now instead of emulating. It is an emulation machine, but you can buy the cards, put them in. It's HDMI, so if you wanted to stream it or you wanted to make a video, it's just that easy, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it looks really interesting to me. I'm probably going to get it.
When I was collecting a bunch of everything, I bought one of the European original controllers for my 7800 probably about 8 years ago. And those things were going for big money over here, you know, to buy them. I actually got a good deal on mine, and then I got it, and it was better than the Proline controllers that came with the 7800 over here. But it didn't feel right to me because it's not the exact build of an NES controller, you know. So my hands felt like they were a little too big for it. The way they had the buttons on it and everything didn't feel quite right with that thing. So when they brought it back this year, hey, you can buy them brand new. We're making them again. I passed on that too. I'm like, I have an original one. Actually, I have. There's other places that make controllers now for old systems. And I have a Nintendo controller that was reconfigured for the 7800. So that feels right in my hands because I grew up with a Nintendo. So
yeah, same.
Now I'm trying not to laugh because this whole conversation was started because Polo asked about the Atari 7800 Plus, right?
And I never answered him.
And he just now put up "Take Care, Greg." So he's a bit behind. So he's going to think for the next 15 minutes we were blowing him off. And then he's going to be wait.
Will I buy it? Well, you know me. I'm saying no right here. And there's going to be a conversation come up on this. I'm going to be on Bliss's Rewind this Tuesday. They did ask me to come on to tell my side of it. I don't know that Bliss is going to be there. He's on vacation, so it's going to be Mike's Gaming Gala, Brian from BD Retro Mods, and myself there. Anyway, we'll talk more about it then.
All right, T-Dog's heading out later. T-Dog.
Later.
And I was going to tease him. Now he's leaving anyway because T-Dog said he needs more room in his house for a table.
Yeah.
My house is 10 by 30, and I have a table.
If you buy a new one, you'll have to put it on the roof, though, right? Just put a second story up there.
Second story. Yeah, I'll tell you what I would love to do is to dig out a basement and then move the house over top of a basement so it's underground. It stays nice and cool and warmer in the winter, but cool in the summer.
You have your camper. Just take out if there's any table or anything in your camper, or Kelly's clothes. Just hang them outside. You could put that table in there.
Yeah, well, all the clothes are in the house.
Oh,
Mike's
okay.
He's out of here. He's not even in the green room.
He's had enough. He's going to order that 7800 plus right now.
Right. Oh, he's back. He's back.
I had to grab the remote to the air conditioning unit. It's getting way too cold in here.
Way too cold. Boo hoo hoo.
It's 88 in here. He's too cold.
I went down to Texas there in May, and we got that bed and breakfast, and I had it on the lowest setting. I was freezing that entire place out. I'm like, we already paid, right, for this place, so AC on the lowest you can get. My daughter's sneaking out in the hallway to the thermostat while we're fast asleep. Pushing. I get up and I started sweating at night. I'm like, what the hell? I go back out. I'm like, don't touch this thing. then we bring my boy there after he graduates, and he's like, "I'm cold, Dad. I'm cold." He's used to, he had basic training out in the heat the whole time, and now he's out there near Mike, so he's always cold. I call him up, and we do like FaceTime, and he's wrapped up in a blanket or whatever, talking to me. He's ready. He's ready to go back to Texas. But we'll probably be going to see him on vacations in the future, maybe next year. So we'll have to hook up with Mike when we get out there.
For the pinballs.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Hey,
PJC. He's been playing a lot of Turbo Graphics.
Oh, nice.
Love that system.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about the Mini, about purchasing that when I go to PRGE. So I'll go.
I lucked out when I bought mine because there was a guy not far from here, and he fell on hard times. So I was lucky. That's terrible. He was selling it for dirt cheap, and he already had the thing modded.
Did you
the AV out. Said, I'll buy your kids a Happy Meal.
That's funny. Yeah. That is funny. Yeah. No, I think I would have to, in order for me to get another, like a at games 4K table or something like that, it would be after I'm still planning on, if things work out, building an arcade room that's basically twice the size of this. This is 6x12, just building a 12x12 building.
Oh yeah,
it would be an actual building, so I could put insulation in it and all that stuff. And
cool.
That's the biggest problem here. That's why I'm trying the shade roof. There's not a stitch of insulation on this thing. It's just a steel trailer with these, 1/16 of an inch thick wood walls.
Right.
But there's nothing between there. It's just a metal box sitting in the Texas sun. So
yeah.
I get to cooking in here. So I still plan on building a 12x12 building, and I'm thinking about building it like a cube. Well, not a cube because it's not going to be 12 feet tall, but just a square 12x12, 8-foot ceilings, probably just flat though, and then build a slant, to get the rainwater and stuff. Build a shade roof with like a foot and a half of air gap, and then it shades it, so I don't have to worry about water actually hitting the building itself. When it rains, it'll hit that shade roof and roll off, and that way it's just simpler to build the actual building. And since we generally only get rain, it seems like 1 time or 2 times a year here where we're at, we'll watch the storms go all the way around us completely and not get a drop here. I would have plenty of time. I could build the room and take my time building the protective roof, especially if I build the room in the fall. Then I don't have to worry about the shade even until the spring. So so that's probably what I'm going to do, is build a 12x12 with a flat roof, completely flat, just because it'll be easy framing, all that stuff, and then build a shade roof over top to shade and get the water out of the way. And then I probably would paint the top of the thing with the dry lock or something like that, so any spray from heavy winds and stuff wouldn't just soak through it, but just water seal it that way, not have to worry about it. You can't even do like plastic or roofing tar paper or something just to make, because the winds get so bad here that would get shredded and ripped off in a month, easy. Yeah, but that's probably what we're gonna do. Let's see. That game's for 75 to 80% size of a regular pinball thing. Yeah, I think they're a little bit bigger than what I built here, which this is a 32-inch screen, but there's not much. I only use 1/4-inch plywood, and it's just kind of right at the edge of the screen. So it's kind of, the edge of the bezel is the edge of my table. That's about as big as my table is.
I saw something on Shark Tank. It was a pinball table. So the controls were, like the size of a keyboard. And then the display was sitting vertically up. instead of flat.
Mhm.
And these guys built it so that way, if you didn't have a lot of space, at your house, you can set this up to play your pinball. And I think it came in like a 32-inch, and you could get bigger, longer monitors to set up. But I thought that was interesting. Like, wow, playing pinball with this
Right.
stretched up monitor, like it just sits, on the back of your wall or something. But I
Yeah.
thought that was kind of cool too. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice, Mike. Yeah. If you remember, for a while there, I had this table taken down, and I did that where I put the monitor from it at like a 45-degree angle against the wall, so it would have a little more room. And then I used my Matt Games Legends Gamer Pro, whatever it is, with the side buttons, and it was okay. But just putting it in the cabinet and have it laying flat and having the back glass right there, it's just a much better experience.
You just need one where the back glass is mounted on the wall, and the playfield folds up like those beds. Yeah. There was a name for those old beds, but anyway, maybe the legs swing out. Boom! There you have it.
Yeah, a Murphy bed.
Murphy bed.
Yeah. So Mike's Gaming Gal is here from the campground.
Live from the campground.
That's awesome. Yeah, look up Buy Stuff Arcade transforming TV stand.
Buy Stuff Arcade, I just ordered a monitor from them. Well, not just. That was 10 days ago, and I told you guys, I'm used to Amazon and these other places now. We've all been spoiled. Well, Bart hasn't been spoiled, but the rest of us that don't live in the desert have been spoiled. Or you order something, and it's like the next day or that night, they're like, it's shipping, and then, a few days later or whatever, you have the thing. I never got the email saying mine shipped. So I finally did email the guy the other night, and I'm like, it's been like 9 days. You guys going to send this? And he's like, yeah, it's going to be sent this coming week. I'm like, okay, I just wanted to make sure you got my order because I know it says my money's gone. So I just wanted to make sure I was getting something for what I paid. So that monitor should be coming hopefully this week.
Mike's Gaming Gal has said it's a grade A monitor.
A monitor, yeah. Yeah, Bart told me to send you over there, Mike. He said, since you're in Canada, you must be close to them because everything in Canada, everybody knows each other there. So,
right.
What
was that old joke that they said originally Canada was just spelled C-A-N-D, but they asked how it's spelled. They're like, C-A-N-A-D-A. That's how it happened. But, Mike, just run over there. He can probably drive it down to your house, Bo. Just pick it up, drive it down. Save on shipping.
How did they?
We're in the same time zone. How far could it be?
Do they greet people by, hey, buddy, what's up?
Yeah.
Remember, hello, friend, what's up?
Hey, friend, I'm not your friend, buddy. What's this all about?
What's this all about? Let's look for treasure.
No, they're not all like Terrence and Phillip up there. I wasn't sure until I met Mike. South Park lied to us.
Derek says he has his 3-screen 4K setup he built, not cabinet, already. So he's thinking about TIT. Hello.
Oh, me too, all the time.
All the time. Not your goody guy.
But yeah.
I'm like 25 minutes from Canada. Nice.
Oh, cool.
South Park.
Well, there you go.
Bart doesn't like those games.
I'll play that.
He won't play.
Yeah, I played in the lab. We just did a South Park, didn't we? Or no, we did Family Guy.
Yeah.
We did Family Guy, yeah.
Okay.
I just never watched South, so I don't know.
Mr. Dress Up, he was the friend of Mr. Rogers. Yeah, they were friends in real life.
Oh.
Mr. Dress Up. Yeah, he was the Canadian Mr. Rogers. A lot of videos out there. Well, I know because Mr. Rogers was from right here. And then they put his Land of Make-Believe in one of our amusement parks nearby, and it was down near where I work and everything. And he was actually from that town when he was growing up. And my buddy used to be my buddy. He was my best friend was a photographer for a local newspaper, and he got to go there when they interviewed Fred Rogers, probably late '90s, and got to go in and see make believe for himself and everything. Mr. Rogers just got done filming and was wearing his black turtleneck that he wore when he would hide and put his hand up King Friday's butt, you know. My buddy has a picture of him and Fred Rogers side by side.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And that's where Michael Keaton got his start, right? On the Mr. Rogers show. He was like a behind the scenes guy.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now he's Beetlejuice.
Yeah. That is true. I had a thought, but it left me. So I'm just kind of.
Well, I'm just waiting for you to tell me you're going to finally order that Viper. I'm telling you all kind of stuff just to try to get you to buy it. If you buy it now, they'll send you an extra $100.
Yeah. Yeah, because what it come out to 130. Are they still selling them, or is he doing that like he did before, where only the pre-orders and then he stopped making them?
There was a thing on there that in the description of his video that still had a link to pre-order. I didn't actually check it myself. I did watch that latest video, and they had the guy on there that created this arcade. They were going to use Batacera on the thing, and this arcade, I guess, is really streamlined, works really great. It's all kind of games. They can do more with it. And they're saying that the Viper is a little more powerful than a Pi 3 right now. But if you like Batacera or some other, you can put it on there with a thumb drive or whatever and always go back to the arcade. But everything will be, you could go out and get ROMs yourself if you want to, but they make it easy enough that, you can just click through and download, and it scrapes at the same time, so you get your box art and information on the game, and it puts the games right on there over Wi-Fi for you. So,
oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I'm going to wait to see how yours turn out. Maybe I'll.
Yeah, I'll probably blow it up. And now I'll probably wait for the monitor. The Viper's supposed to be here this week. Just like everything we ordered from them. I got the email saying that the label was created. So it's like, okay, when the label's created, send me the damn thing,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
But you can buy it as a standalone too. You don't have to have it in your arcade. You just get the thing and load games on it and play it on your TV or whatever you want to do. And the 2-player online on there is what really gets me. I mean, that is freaking awesome. They did some Super Off-Road together on his newest video, and I think something else where they played, they're totally different parts of the country. They're hooked right up and they're playing together. So,
yeah, that is tempting. Oh, geez, I'm getting tired.
Tired of my bullshit.
I woke up at 3 this morning. Never did fall back asleep, but it's catching up to me. It's catching up. Where are we at? 8 o'clock. It's a long night. I told one of the guys at work, I'm like, "Yeah, it's been a long week," and he's like, "Don't you only work Saturday and Sunday?" I'm like, "Shut up! I'm looking for sympathy."
Well, we're going to have to get back in and play that last hole that we didn't get to finish the other night.
Yeah, we need to finish that.
Yeah, I mean, Bart got kicked right as I got the phone call. I had to leave.
Yeah, and I did not even get a warning. I got the warning earlier that my headset was low, so I plugged in my spare battery, and then it just literally, it actually started shutting down. It kicked me out of the game, and then it said the headset is low, and then it turned off. But it kicked me out of the game first, and it was so dead. I plugged it in right away, and it was, when I went to bed, the light was still red, and it wouldn't let me reboot it. It was just so dead, and I think I was 4 under par with 1 hole to go, so I was going to be under par for that round, and I'm wondering if I'm even going to get credit for any of it.
Yeah, I haven't finished that one now, and that one that I started playing with Mike back in May, and then I played with all of you guys. I never got to finish that because something happened each time I played that. That was Venice, I think.
Yeah.
I thought that was a pretty cool course, though. We were playing that Egyptian thing. That was
I
really
think there
neat.
might be another one or two that I've never played. I thought I played them all, but that one said I never played it. So
Yeah. And then we got to go through the hard mode and get the fancy club.
which I've never done on PlayStation. I only did that with you and Kelly on the Quest for one of them.
Yeah, Kelly couldn't make it to the game because she started feeling rough right before you had posted, Bo, that, hey, I got some time to myself. If you guys want to play anything? And I looked over at Kelly and I said, yeah, Po's available. We're going to play some mini golf. And I could tell by the look on her face. I'm like, oh, she is not up to it. Her stomach was not feeling well.
Yeah.
She stayed on the bed and watched us on her phone. And I got to get it from her. Apparently, she shot a video of me. I wasn't streaming or anything, so you can't see what I'm seeing. But it was when we were shooting each other with the golf balls, and I was just laughing so hard. She's recording me with the headset on. Ding, ding, ding,
And that is the reason we never finished that hole. Really, we got so tied up with the slingshots, and it was hilarious.
and if we would have waited to log on until, because Mike had to do an update first, and then Derek had to do an update, and if we would have just said, okay, well, let us know when everyone's ready, could have left the headset plugged in or something and not had it on, and my battery wouldn't have died. And if we had played around shooting golf balls at each other, you wouldn't have had to leave. We only had to do one more hole. It was so tragic.
I was
17, and boom.
Yeah, I was looking forward to flying around and exploring that place after we finished, see if we could find the skeleton and do all that stuff, They had that one big pyramid off in the distance when we first started. I was going to explore it at one point, but then I turned back. I know there's probably nothing inside. There's usually nothing inside any of them. But.
Yeah. Kelly, you need to just, Kelly, go to the how big the video is, if it'll let you. If it'll let you, just upload it to the VR chat section in our Discord. I haven't even seen it yet, so that'd be hilarious. Just post it. It's me looking like an idiot.
Yeah, my daughter did that when I was playing that Madison game. I shared it with you guys. I didn't know she's there. She's recording me while I'm looking at stuff. I'm going through, I'm peeking and picking up clues and stuff. And on her video, you can hear her snickering the whole time, like, what an idiot. I'm standing in the living room looking at
right. Well, you know how we like to, in mini golf, how we'll fly and then we go into the ground and put our face near the hole to mess with people when they're putting and stuff. Well, in Golf Plus, you can't fly. You can't do any of that stuff. So if you want to mess with someone, put your face by the hole, you got to get down on the floor. Put your face. So Jason's wife, she'll post a picture on our chat in Messenger. And there's Jason sitting on the ground with his face on the ground. We're doing stupid stuff for each other. And Kelly and Sarah are taking videos and pictures of us acting like idiots. And I'm like, hey, we are idiots.
My daughter used to my son too, really laugh at me because, like, when me and you and Rob would bowl on the Quest, those couple times or whatever, I'm out in my dining room and we have a chandelier out there. And I've even cinched it up because I'm too tall to walk through there. But a few times I just whacked that thing with my follow through or whatever. It's like, boom, it's shaking. I'm holding my hand. One time I played something we were bowling, me, you, and Kelly, and I did it in my bedroom. And I punched my wife's dresser and blew the battery compartment off of my controller.
Yeah. Well, the first couple of days, either the first day or the second day that I got my Quest, I had those surgical procedures. So we were in the Fisher House outside the VA hospital where you could stay for free. Great deal for veterans. Look into Fisher Houses if you ever have to go get surgeries done. I wasn't getting the surgery done at the VA hospital, but if you're a veteran, you can stay at these Fisher Houses for free. Anyway, Jason bought his Quest, so me and Kelly went to the store where I bought a Quest, and I got some little baseball game. It's just a cheat. All you do is bat and pitch. You don't do any fielding, but you pitch, and if the player hits the ball right at you, your instinct is to try to catch it. I stuck my hand right in a freaking ceiling fan.
Oh.
First day I had the thing, or second day. I'm like, son of a. And then I think I told you guys when I play Golf 5 and Golf Plus, I have the golf club extension, and the plastic head part that you put your controller in broke mid-swing, and I launched my controller right into the floor. And I'm like, I'm expecting to just see shrapnel everywhere, and it's like $100 to replace those things. But it didn't do any damage to it. I'm like, how? I'm swinging this golf club, and it broke loose on the downswing, so I just spiked it into the ground. But luckily, I found a STL file, and I just 3D printed myself a new head.
Nice.
For the shaft. And let me tell you, the first dozen swings or so, I was swinging like Sissy Mary reborn, because I'm like, I don't want it to happen again, and I printed this thing, so I'm like, I'll shoot it through the TV or through the window, in the dog's rear end, something. This thing's going somewhere I don't want it to be.
I need to charge mine up and update it and everything. But like it's been like 8 or 9 months since I touched the Quest. But I want to get back in there again and play the cabin like we did before. And the other one I really liked is when we all got in there, and I don't remember the name of it, but we had the bow and arrows. We're shooting the orcs and ogres and the ships out in the distance.
That was
that
fun.
one there. When we played that, the next morning, I felt it in my shoulder. I'm like, holy crap.
I was like, we need to play that before you go back to work so you can have recovery time. I have a return to work physical scheduled. So pretty soon the gaming fun during the week will probably be going down. So, do what we can before then. We need to play that again. That is a fun game.
That is a fun game. Yeah, I'll charge up, and then I keep saying I'll do it tonight. I'll plug the thing in, and then I'll update it tomorrow. Yeah.
This is a strange week for us here. Kelly's going back to El Paso tomorrow because she went to the dentist last week, and now they're going to do the procedures or whatever. So she had to go all the way back over there. Then Wednesday, I have to go to El Paso to take someone to the airport. And then Friday, Kelly's working for the other girl that works the kitchen is off Friday and Monday. So Kelly's working a 4-day weekend. So this weekend's all kind of wacky. And there's a slim chance I might go with them tomorrow, but I doubt it. And Kelly may go with me Wednesday because she just might not want to go, but she doesn't have to if she's going tomorrow. And working Friday, she might want to just chill out at the house. But it's just a strange week. So I guess what I'm saying, Poe, is Tuesday and Thursday for sure, and Friday I can play whatever because Kelly will be working.
I have physical therapy tomorrow morning. I didn't schedule another. I'm supposed to do it at least 2 days a week. I didn't schedule another one. Usually I go on Thursdays, but I can make it any day I want, really. So So anytime. And then in the evening, we'll be back. That guy's flight leaves at 2:30 or something like that in the afternoon, but he wants to be to the airport at 8 a.m. I'm like, okay. Luckily, we pick up an hour. So to get to El Paso, it's a 2-hour drive. So to get there at 8, we leave here at 7. So it's a 2-hour drive, but you only need to leave an hour before your scheduled ETA, which has bit me in the ass a couple of times going to VA doctor's appointments because I forget about the hour. So then I leave 2 hours before my appointment. That'll be fine there. I'll just keep that on and then I get there an hour early, and you don't want to be late, so I plan to be there like a half hour before my appointment. So now I'm an hour and a half before my appointment, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll see if we can work you in." And then 20 minutes after my scheduled appointment time, they call me. But one day I had a first thing in the morning because they're just drawing blood. So you had to fast and all that. It's like 7 a.m. So I left here at 6 a.m. At like 7:45, I'm like, is there a problem? What's going on? And the lady behind the counter looks over at me. We kind of made eye contact. She's like, have they not called you back yet? I'm like, no. Somehow they never brought
my paperwork and put it in the mix. And I'm like, yeah, I just need like 2 vials of blood. I drove 2 hours to get here, and I've been sitting here for 45 minutes now. Oh, that's a crash sound. If you could hear it, was my train engine.
your train.
Yeah. I keep it on top of the air conditioner. It's a convenient spot to put it. And it also blocks the, I put a piece of cardboard so it deflects the air down towards me. And this helps hold that in place. And apparently it's like, I'm done holding this. It's been hours.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, I stuck my Ecto-1 Ghostbusters car. It's the car I had when I was a kid up on my bookshelf. Actually, I can show you. Got the camera. So, I don't know if you guys. Oh,
Something weird just happened. I wonder if the air conditioner in the house, if the compressor turned on the same time as this one did or something, because they both drew down. Or this one drew down. I don't know. It's weird. But, yeah. So what was he getting?
I think it was Ghostbusters Ecto-1.
Do I got to play? Well, we're waiting on Mike. Do I have to? Is this even playing?
Yeah.
Can you hear that music?
Yep.
Oh, now I can.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Almost sounds a little Hall and Oates-ish.
I thought it was R&B. I was throwing in my yes. Thought it would be a hit.
Right. What's this one?
That's funeral music there. A funeral hum.
Oh. Here you go. Feeding the ducks. Play this one, everyone will think Greg's coming back. Mike's having trouble getting on here. He's popping in and popping out.
Michael!
Huh. That's weird. Yeah, this thing, when the compressor turned on, it really dragged down. Which is weird. It doesn't often cycle because it's always so hot in here. It just, you turn on the air conditioner, it stays on constant. But we are down to 87, so.
Oh, nice. I got to
I might
81.
get a jacket. Yeah, in a minute here, I'm going to have Kelly bring my jacket out.
I think Mike might have sent us a chat. I can't see it without clicking on it. We have a chat.
Yeah, let me see. He has to restart the computer. Okay.
Now, you guys are going to El Paso. Are you planning any good lunch runs or supper runs or anything?
I don't know. It's a tough one. I'm sure we will when we take that guy to the airport, because if he wants to be there that early, we'll have plenty of time in El Paso. And if it's like the other, it's funny because the guy's like, how much will you charge me to take me to the airport? I'm like, well, where are you going? Because they either go to El Paso or to Midland. And Midland is about half again as far. It's a 2-hour drive to get to El Paso airport. It's 3 hours to get to Midland. So I'm like, well, which one are you going? He said, El Paso. I said, it takes $20 in gas. So, and he goes, well, how much? I want to give you some more money than that. So how much do you want? I'm like, that's up to you, dude. I need $20. Well, what will make you happy? I said, $20 for gas. I'm not, this isn't a business. You're a friend who needs a ride. You throw me the gas money, I'll take you. And if he was in a bind, I'd take him anyway. You know, it's like, you know, you do what you do for people.
Right.
But, so I don't know. The last people gave us, it was a married couple, and they're like, we're going to give you $50 each. I'm like, dude, you don't have to do that. And he's like, no, I insist. So they gave us $100 to take him to Midland. So then we use
Nice.
basically they pay for our lunch and the gas and that stuff. So
Yeah, that's cool.
but yeah, so I don't know. I it depends. Who knows? If it's nice, we might go play some frisbee golf or something. If we get
Cool.
out of the airport early enough, we'll go to a frisbee golf course and throw some frisbees. Haven't done that in a long time, but sometimes by 9 a.m. it's already too hot. If the sun's out.
You got to find a Golden Corral and send me the pictures so I can make my wife jealous because they closed ours. She's always wanting to go.
Right? Yeah.
So last year we went up to Erie for a while and we had to hit the Golden Corral up there. And then we went down to San Antonio there in May and we had to hit a Golden Corral down there for the wife.
Right? Yeah, the last time we went to Golden Corral, we actually got there pretty early and they were still doing breakfast. And I thought they were going to switch over to the lunch while we were there. And because it was like right when they said they were stuck, but they never did. They never switched it over to lunch until we were like leaving. They started bringing out a little bit of stuff. So I was like, dude, we can pay the breakfast price, which is like $2 a person cheaper. And, but yeah, that didn't work. And then it was funny because I guess the lady heard us talking because I discovered that we were old enough now to get the seniors menu at Denny's because that's 55. And the lady at Golden Corral is like, do either of you guys qualify for the senior menu here, which is 60? I said, well, that depends. Do you check IDs? She's like, well, I will now. It's like, well, then. But,
I saw a meme there a week or two ago making the joke about the old Ryan's restaurants, all the buffets they had. And the joke was that they had to go, they all went out of business because you lied about saying your kid was a minor, all those years.
Oh, that's the good thing with Kelly and Shelby are both so short. I can just tell them they're both under 12 everywhere we go. It seemed like a great thing when we went to Disneyland until they wouldn't let either one of them on any of the rides. They couldn't get up to Mickey's hand or whatever.
Well, usually I'll just blurt out what I'm craving when we're sitting there. And also the other night, I'm like, we should have a Thanksgiving dinner, just the two of us here at home. I said, go ahead and roast a whole turkey, and I'll eat it when you have everything ready, stuffing. So then she got on this whole thing where, well, let's see, we should find the Golden Corral. And I'm like, I'm not that hungry enough that I'm going to drive how many miles, how many hours to it, unless we have business where we're going, And there is a diner nearby that does like an open faced turkey sandwich. So she's like, we can go there and get you that if that's what you want. But that's how we ended up at the pizza place then last night. A real nice wood fire pizza place down in the town that I grew up in. We had never been there. So instead of Thanksgiving dinner, we had some really good pizza there last night.
Nice. Maybe that's a new tradition. That's what you're going to have on Thanksgiving from now on. She was trying to tell you something. By the way,
happened one year when I was a kid. So I was the last one left at home. I think my oldest brother might have just got out of the Navy. I think he did. So a lot of people were coming to my parents' house for Christmas Eve, and my mom was already making the big Christmas dinner for everybody the next day. So she said, we'll order pizza from our favorite pizza place downtown. So they ordered all this pizza. And it's not showing up, and it's not showing up. It's not coming. They called. I don't know what the problem was. So they're like, my parents are in panic mode. We'll run to McDonald's and get a whole crap ton of cheeseburgers. So that's what they did. Well, while they were gone, the pizza showed up, and I was the only one home. And there was no company yet. So but I thought I was grabbing the red pepper flakes. I didn't. I grabbed the pickling spices, like dill and all that shit.
Oh.
I had like 4 pieces of pizza on it. When I went to sprinkle it, the top came off. I had a stack of dill pickling spices on my pizza like that. But then my parents come home with like sacks full of McDonald's cheeseburgers, and there's pizza there. It's probably the best night before Thanksgiving we ever had at the house, or Christmas, whatever it was. I think it was Thanksgiving.
Excellent. That's excellent. All right. So you back, Mike?
Yeah, well, I tried to show the car. I wonder if I can do it. Let's see. I'll try one more time.
Here we go.
Up there. Can you see
Oh,
it?
nice.
I see it. I
Yeah,
see
the
it.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's sitting
I
up
have
there.
to be careful. If I move this camera that I'm using, the video cord will come loose. And
Oh,
so I can't move the camera once it's on. And it's a pain. But it's a good camera, though. But it doesn't like the HDMI out wiggling.
oh no.
Yeah, so you can't move it around. Oh, all right. I'm sleepy. So you guys, what else you need to talk about? Anything, Mike? You got something to talk about?
Closing thoughts? We can
Oh,
go
I don't know.
closing
Are
thoughts.
we ready for the closing thoughts, Poe? Have we had enough
Sure.
of this show?
We're
Final
at 2
thoughts?
hours.
Yeah, we made it to the 2-hour mark. What do you got, Mike? What do you got?
All right. Well, I'm working on that the road to 500 video, and yes, it is on a beach. Kind of. So you'll have to tune in if I'm wearing a speedo. So.
Excellent.
And
Excellent.
yeah, and also I'm doing that that prize. So I have that Deadpool game I'm going to be giving to one of my subscribers. So
Oh,
it'll
nice.
be in that video as well. So yep.
Nice.
And of course I'm already since I've been kind of going back and forth there, so it depends. My wife is sleeping here in the movie/game room. I go and work on my computer stuff, which is that 500 video. But if she's in the bedroom, then of course it's like, well, what I need to get the other video done, so I'll be working on Silent Hill 2. So I've been getting game footage from there. So I have been playing. It was kind of funny when it reached around midnight that night. I'm playing the game, and I'm in this abandoned hotel. I decided, well, you know what? After I seen Pyramid Head, I bumped into him. He seen me through the gate, and the other side, like, I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna stop the game right here. I'm just kind of scared to move on because I've been playing it during the daytime, and it's like, wow, this game still scares the living daylights out of me. Still, literally with the I have it hooked up to the surround sound. So for those of you that don't know, I have a 7.2 surround sound that I play my games on, and I never had that in the Navy. It was just stereo surround that I played my video games on. And I remember my roommate when I had Silent Hill 2, it literally would freak him out. And he was a Navy guy. He's like, dude, are you playing Silent Hill 2 again? I go, yeah. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go head to the bar and go drink, and can you please not play it when I get back? I said, well, what time are you coming back? He's like, around 1 o'clock. I'm like, sure, I'll stop playing. Yeah, it freaked out my roommates and stuff, and they could tell. I even messaged one of them. He's near Texas, I think Oklahoma. He's from, but he was the what was it? I was the fire team leader, and he would have been the soup. So he was the I can't even remember what his position was in the Navy. But anyways, I talked to him about it, and he's like, "Hey, do you still play those scary games?" I go, "Yeah." He's like, "Silent Hill 2, right?" I go, "Yeah." Like, how do you remember that? And then he was like telling me stories like before. So he actually worked in the galley too. And then when he would get home, he'd volunteer from there and then come back, and I'd be hiding under the bed. And then, of course, when he walked by, I'd grab his foot, and then I could hear him scream and then kind of run, and then him cursing me out and stuff, because I'd literally hide before he'd come into the room. And he'd be looking, and I'd always find a new place to hide and jump scare him. Yeah, I love doing that to my roommate. And he remembered that, too. He's like, dude, I'm so glad
and be like, would he be like, Kato, where are you, my friend?
Yeah, just like Pink Panther. Yeah, because I was doing that to him. Yeah, that's so funny.
Nice, that's hilarious.
Yeah, but besides that, yeah, I'm just working on the 2, and it's kind of nice. I'm kind of working between the 2 videos, but yeah, it is kind of on a beach, but yeah, you'll see. So that's all I've got.
Excellent. Oh, what do you got?
I'm not playing anything. No, not playing. If I can, I'll play this challenge. I don't know. It's been a while since I packed my own game, so I'll have to relearn that if I need to find that game for the arcade. So maybe I should work on my Mario Brothers that I keep saying I'm going to work on, or my Donkey Kong 3 history video I was going to do. Yeah.
Right.
But man, that sounds like work. But okay, yeah, maybe I'll do something like that. We'll see. And aside from that, I'm just waiting for the Viper. So I will do an install video on that. I'll figure it out on my own and try to put a video out there about it. You might see me blow up my arcade on the video.
Yeah, and I'll see if I can find that game for this week. And if I can pack, I'll send you the file.
There is a new Discord, and I can't invite you yet. Okay, so it's not the PAX or us, but some of the main contributors to that. I guess there was a lot of drama going on there, so they made their own, and mostly they just invited each other, the guys that make all the games. I don't make nothing for these guys, but the Blue Shark in that group, he started the Discord for it. I've talked to him a lot. He's made games just for me. And so he all of a sudden sent me an invite this past week, earlier this week, and I'm like, oh wow, it's a new group, and they finally did everything that me and you wanted them to do, Bart. They put everything. Here's arcade games, here's Game Boy games, here's these games. So you don't got to mess with any of the other stuff you don't want to. Things aren't getting buried or anything. And right now they're posting stuff, usually double posts. So whatever's on the PAX or us, they're doing, but eventually I think they're going to break off and do their own thing. But for right now, they have it set that only the admin can invite people. So I'm not able to send you an invite to that. So if they do have something cool that isn't on the other one, I'll send it to you myself if it's something you're interested in.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, it's been, like you said, it's been so long since I've packed one up to push on my own. I'll have to remember how to do that. Figure it out, but if I can find it and pack it and get it to where now I'm not going to be all fancy and do it, the bezels and all that stuff.
All right.
Hopefully, it's just a matter of putting it up and yeah.
Oh, and then water balls is probably something we'll never play again. So you never know. But
dude, that could be the greatest game ever. But it could be. It could be. Excellent. And of course, if we do play any walkabout mini golf or anything like that, always streams that, so you can see us live playing the mighty VR. He plays on his PlayStation 2 VR.
Right.
PlayStation VR 2. Exactly.
Yeah, the nice thing about that is your headsets will die. Mine won't on the PlayStation, but my hand controllers will die because those are charged. So that's what I have to worry about when I'm playing that.
Yeah.
Logger. Yes.
Logger
VR.
Yeah. But I gotta make sure to say that the right way. PSVR 2, not PS2 VR. It sounds like a whole different animal.
Right? Old school. Old school. Yeah, so I don't have anything either. So I'm just busy week. I might play some stuff. I may not. I don't know. I think I do have another Quick Stim video because I started over a new profile. I'm thinking, this week, right on Thursday, the new tables come out. The Princess Bride. And the Goat Simulator pinball tables are supposed to come out on Thursday, I believe, of this week. So, I'll be putting videos out for those. And I think they're really, really close on Truck Sim to releasing Arkansas. So I'm looking forward to that. Of course, people that know, I lived in Arkansas for about a dozen years. So it'll be interesting for me to see some of the areas that I'm very used to. I'm sure there'll be super insightful videos if you watch me.
There's a lot of what the fuck is this guy doing at AI drivers and stuff like that. But yeah, so Derek's all excited. Princess Bride, yeah, I'm going to get both, and I'm going to play them both. And probably next week's pinball challenge will be Princess Bride, because we'll all want to play it. But yeah, so that's the extent of all my plans for the week, and hopefully we can play some. We still got to play. I know Mikey never even played the Wallace and Gromit first.
Oh no,
we got to play the hard course so we can get our club. Even if we just go in and just do the little fox hunt and get the golf club.
Nice.
But those night courses do look pretty cool, so they're always fun to play. The night courses, or the hard course, whatever they want to call it. So, all right, I'm gonna find an outro video because I feel like I'm just rambling at this point. I don't really have anything exciting to say. Stretch Armstrong has made his appearance, and yeah, we'll go with the mighty 12-second outro. So stretch as far as he can stretch. He said, "I don't even want to know what he's doing." To the camera right there. Do we have a music for that? So, all right, everybody, we're out of here. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you.
See you next week.
Yeah.
Later.